Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I think one of the only leaders, I don't want to call him politician, he's a politician actually, with common sense and with balls is Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban. He sometimes says things that no one else would dare to say, but the enemies. But he's not an enemy yet. He's at the border of being considered an enemy. A traitor could be considered by these weasels in the West. So what did he say again? He said something that I think makes sense for a lot of people. Let me show you. So this is what Orban said, according to the Telegraph. Ukraine won't win territory back, and only peace deal will end war. I mean, I think you got to work with probabilities, and I think the probability that Ukraine will win somehow, and somehow Russia will lose, and Russia will give territories to Ukraine, I think they are very, very 1% kind of slim. So let's read the article and see the context. This clown tries to intimidate this one. It makes me laugh. Well, he's fighting with other people's children, so. Ukraine will fail to win back significant territory captured by Russia, and a peace deal must be negotiated to end the war, a top Hungarian official has said. And again, we go with Gergely Gulyás calls for negotiation, come as Ukraine insisted that is a 3-month-long counteroffensive had broken through Russian first defensive line and was finally picking up momentum. I don't think it did. But anyway. So we have here in the long term, peacekeepers and numerous similar solutions could guarantee peace in Ukraine, and quote, he said on Saturday evening during a talk to law students. So this is Mr. Gulyás, is the head of the Hungarian Prime Minister Orban's administration. Also said that Moscow should be given security guarantees and Kiev banned from NATO. That's kind of the same thing France said in a very surprising manner. And here we have that we must give security guarantees to Russia. This is what Orban said in the interview with Tucker Carlson. And he said that Ukrainian army could defeat the Russian army is a lie. He said, I covered that in another video. The Western world supporting Ukraine must give security guarantees to Russia, but certainly not NATO membership to the Ukrainians, he said, Gulyás here. So, this guy said a lot of things, and they have no problem with saying it again. Peace talks would only work if Washington engages with Moscow and Kiev, he said. The White House has long maintained that only Ukraine can decide its fate in negotiations. That's for idiots. But anyway, Ukrainian officials this week said that their forces have captured, they can say whatever they want to say, and they showed a picture of Robotynia with that flag. I covered that one with the Zimbabwean flag. Funny video, I think. So, and now they tell us how great they are because they don't want to, and they want the West to plug off the support and the money. So, my friends, I think these guys, the Hungarians, are clear, and not clear, but at least they are reasonable in their assessment of the situation over there. If you watch that interview between Tucker Carlson and Viktor Orban in Budapest, then you would understand what's his name, Orban said. Ukraine will not get its territories back. We cannot win the war because of the numeric differences in population and in troops. And if you think about the military aid, the weapons, they are the same. It's just who's going to produce more. But you produce more, but you have to have people who would operate them. And if you destroy one side, the other one will win, right? It's a mutual destruction over there, unfortunately. And some people are just counting their money and hope for the best. So I don't think the Russians will give back anything or give anything to Ukraine because they had enough since 2014 until 2022. So those regions that actually voted to join Russia through the referenda, The will of the people should be respected, the will of the majority. We are taught every day that that's the way it should be in a democracy, in a democratic system, and we all agree with that. But somehow when the outcome is not the one that we expect or we wish for, then we start crying and calling all kind of things. Well, I agree with these guys here, regardless if it's Orban or Mr. Gulas. I think they are on the logical track of the situation. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.